Kiss me! I'm Irish!
On March 17th, we're all Irish.
It's a day of often rowdy celebration. We wear green, and there are shamrocks everywhere. We dye rivers green and beer green. We eat corned beef and cabbage. We have parades and parties. Many of us don't even know why. And just who was St. Patrick anyway?
Well, St. Patrick wasn't Irish.
What do you mean he wasn't Irish?
St. Patrick was born in Britain around 386 AD. His real name isn't known for certain, and Patrick may have been the name he took upon starting his religious career. Most of what's known about him comes from two pieces of his own writing. His father was a church deacon, and his grandfather was a priest, but most research shows St. Patrick was not particularly religious in his early years.
When he was somewhere around 14 to 16 years old, he was captured by pirates and taken to Ireland. For 6 years he herded sheep and turned to God for strength. He said later in his writings that he had a dream about a ship ready to take him back to his homeland, and it was by this following the details of his dream that he was able to return to his family.
A few years later he had another vision. This time a man gave St. Patrick a letter titled The Voice of the Irish. He said in his writings that as he read the letter, he heard the voices of the Irish calling to him to come to Ireland. He saw this as a calling to preach and began studying for the priesthood. He was never confident in his education, but eventually was ordained a bishop and sent to Ireland. He would travel, preach, start churches, and baptize thousands in Ireland for 40 years. He survived being beaten and robbed, being in chains, being held prisoner, and being accused of seeking his position for personal gain. He was known as a humble man, but was said to have performed miracles. It is believed he died on March 17, 461 in Saul, in the north of Ireland. It is said he is buried at Down Cathedral in Downpatrick in Northern Ireland. In 1990, a granite boulder was placed as a memorial.
The date of his death became a Catholic feast day early in the 1600s. While he has never been canonized as a saint by a pope, in his own time local churches could declare sainthood for those who were very holy. He was considered the patron saint of Ireland by the 8th century. He is listed on the official list of saints.
The legends began before the end of the 7th century and have grown ever since. The most famous legend says St. Patrick drove all the snakes from Ireland. He was said to use the shamrock to explain the Holy Trinity while preaching.
When sailors were starving, a herd of swine appeared in response to his prayers. It is said that he raised 33 people from the dead, many of them being deceased many years. For centuries, St. Patrick's Day was a feast day of the church, and like other feast days, was observed as a holy day with church services and a feast. It wasn't until 1737 that the modern St. Patrick's Day celebration first appeared. And when it did, it was in America.
Boston claims to be the birthplace of the modern St. Patrick's Day celebration. In 1737, Irish immigrants in Boston formed the Charitable Irish Society to help immigrants in the area. They hold a dinner every year marking St. Patrick's Day. Parades are traced back to 1762 in New York, where a group of British Army soldiers reportedly marched to a tavern for St. Patrick's Day for a breakfast. Corned beef and cabbage is American too.
Originally, St. Patrick was associated with the shade of blue that was named for him. But we wear green for St. Patrick's Day. And why is that, you might ask? Well, folklore says that you are invisible to leprechauns when you're wearing green. And leprechauns like to pinch. Tradition also says wearing green will bring luck. And dyeing everything from beer to rivers is just a bit of lucky fun. A lucky Irish kiss probably comes from kissing the Blarney Stone for good luck, and shamrocks are considered lucky as well. Éireann go bragh? It means Ireland forever.
The traditions of St. Patrick's Day celebrations have been adopted around the world. And why not? Who doesn't like the story of someone running all of the snakes out of a country? And so much luck, I'll take some. Now that you know a bit about how these traditions started,
don't forget to wear your green. And remember, we're all Irish on March 17th.
happy St. Patrick's Day.
Thanks for watching.